The Sea Rumbling is an event which I feel is going to be an absolute certainty for the finale of One Piece. I know that this name is not very original, and obviously I have taken reference for this from Attack on Titan in relation to the actual Rumbling event, but still this is just my interpretation or rather a theory, and therefore I feel like the Sea Rumbling is an event which is definitely going to happen in the finale. Why and how? Let's talk about that in today's video. So hello and welcome to Undevisey. My name is Soham and today we're going to talk about the event called Sea Rumbling and why I feel like it's going to happen in the finale of One Piece. But before that, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to our channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with a bunch of other stuff. With that being said, let's begin the video. Now, in order to understand this, we have to take a little reference from Attack on Titan. No major manga spoilers. But here, in Attack on Titan, we know that Rumbling was a catastrophic event which basically leveled the entire continent, which leveled the entire world of Attack on Titan. And the very same principle can actually be applied here in the world of One Piece as well. We already know the fearsome powers of the Poseidon, how it has the power to communicate and even control the Sea Kings, an ability which not even the most powerful merfolk can possess, and it is considered to be one of the most powerful weapons in the entire world because of the extreme destructive potential of the Sea Kings, which can easily sink any island whatsoever, and therefore it is regarded as one of the most fearsome abilities in the entire world. Moreover, it is even said that when guided by the power of love, it can save thousands of lives, and when guided by evil intentions, rage and anger, it can even sink everything inside the oceans, and therefore I feel like this particular event is an absolute certainty for the ending of One Piece. And let me tell you all why. Now we already know that the current powers of the Poseidon resides inside of Shirahoshi, and therefore it also has a link to the theory of the two sovereigns, how Luffy is the reincarnation, or maybe after the current chapters of One Piece, Luffy is the person who inherits the will of Joy Boy, and on the other hand we have Shirahoshi who is inheriting the powers of Poseidon. Now, for this particular thing, my theory goes in the particular manner that after Luffy and the Straw Hats reach on Laugh Tale and discover the eventual One Piece, they discover the Void Century, they discover the powers of Poseidon, they discover who the Joy Boy was, what the Void Century was, and what exactly was Joy Boy's promise to the merfolk. Luffy is obviously going to be angry and he's going to declare war on the world government. That is an absolute certainty. But for that to happen, we need to go back and see the geography of the world of One Piece. Now this is a very great map of the world of One Piece made by a Reddit user, credits to him absolutely for this. So here, as you can see this, Laugh Tale lies towards the very end. And even if I assume for a moment that maybe Blackbeard somehow trailed the Straw Hat and eventually reached Laugh Tale, and even maybe Sakazuki and some of the marines reached Laugh Tale for a climactic war, that is definitely 100% not going to be the final war. Blackbeard's case is a little different. I'm going to talk about him in a separate video and why I feel he's very interesting for this particular matter. But if we are talking just about the marines and Sakazuki, I don't think that he's the final villain in a way. Yeah, there might be a war here, but that is not the ending because Luffy has to eventually reach Marijua. Now here once again we have to see the geography because Red Line is a continuous piece of continent which surrounds the world of One Piece from north to south. So at this moment we can see that it is dividing or rather crossing Grand Line at two separate points. This is not just one point, this is rather 2 points. The first point of the Red Line is obviously in relation to Reverse Mountain, the first starting point of Grand Line in a way, and the second one is in relation to Marijua, the headquarters of the world government, which marks the starting point of the new world. So in order to reach Marijua, Luffy and gang will have to go through Reverse Mountain once again, but I just don't think that they are going to normally traverse through it, because if they do something like that, once they reach Reverse Mountain, once they eventually reach Twin Capes, they will have to go through the same path which they took towards the starting of One Piece. That is, they will have to start from Whiskey Peak, then Little Garden, Drum Island, Alabasta, Jaya, and the entire shenanigans that followed. But that's a very time consuming stuff. Once they reach Laugh Tale, the world government is obviously going to be very alerted, and like we have seen with the prophecy and the words of Odin as well as Rayleigh, something very huge is about to happen. The one thing which they all were waiting for, something which was about to happen 20 years down the line, the meeting of the two sovereigns, something that even the Sea Kings are excited about. So for this to happen, the world government is not just going to stay in their place, they're going to attack the Straw Hats. So in a case like this, it's not going to be plausible for them to traverse through the entire thing to eventually reach Marijua, because of course they have to reach Marijua. Luffy and gang has to confront Imu-sama, they have to know the meaning behind the giant Straw Hat, and they have to eventually liberate the world from the Red Line. They have to destroy the Red Line in order to reach the All Blue. because that is something which is intrinsic inside the dreams of Luffy as well as Sanji, because these two dreams coincide with each other. Moreover, that also coincides very well with the prophecy in relation to how Luffy is going to destroy the Fishman Island, because it lies just beneath the red line in front of Marijoa. But before reaching all of those things and before consuming so much amount of time, I feel like the Sea Rumbling event is going to happen, because here once again Oda has given us a very huge hint in relation to the character of Laboon and how he was the first person who was trying to destroy the Red Line because he wanted to meet with the Rumba Pirates and overall his lost family. So what does this signify? It's a very common thing, it's a very easy thing to say, and that is the destruction of Reverse Mountain, or at least the Red Line part of Reverse Mountain. And unfortunately, I don't think that this is going to be done by Luffy himself. Yeah, it would make a lot of sense if Luffy destroyed it on his own, but it would kind of cheapen the narrative in my opinion, because if we already see Luffy destroying the Red Line at the Reverse Mountain, then it's not going to be much of a climactic ending if he once again goes to destroy Marijoa. So for this to happen, I feel like Luffy will use the voice of all things. And once again, this is just a prediction of mine. There's no absolute guarantee that exactly this is how things are going to happen. Oda can definitely take some other predictions, yada yada. I don't really know about those things. But my prediction here is that Luffy is going to master the voice of all things and he's going to contact with the other sovereign, the other king, which is obviously Shirahoshi. And using the authority of the two sovereigns, they both are going to command over the Sea Kings to destroy the Red Line, to destroy basically the Reverse Mountain side of Red Line. And using this, they are not just going to traverse through Whiskey Peak and Little Garden and all those things. Using the Sea Kings and the destructive powers, they are going to directly take a shortcut using the Calm Belt and eventually reach Marijoa. So the Sea Rumbling event, a huge catastrophic event which is going to destroy the Red Line, is going to definitely start from Reverse Mountain and it will eventually reach Marijoa in my opinion. This coincides very well with all the prophecies, and this also coincides very well with the promise, the forgotten promise of Joy Boy, something which he was not able to keep and something which Luffy is going to take up once again and he's going to fulfill. I don't know why people have this narrative that Luffy doesn't really care about all of these things. When we saw the flashback of Oden, when Kinemon was telling the story of Oden to the Straw Hats, Luffy was very keen, he was very interested, and he adored Oden like anything. So when he eventually reaches Laugh Tale and once eventually he finds out the truth about all of those things, Luffy is going to be angry and he is going to sow revenge upon the world government and he's going to do the things which were necessary for the Void Century. So therefore, I feel like the event called the Sea Rumbling using the Sea Kings is a very necessary thing and is definitely going to happen for the first half of the Grand Line, and it might also happen for the second half as well. Luffy will need some assistance to destroy Marijoa, and once again the Sea Kings will be very happy to help the Sovereigns, but at least for the first time, that is for Reverse Mountain, the Sea Kings and the Sea Rumbling is the event which is going to destroy the first half of Red Line and is going to clear up into the All Blue. And eventually after all of this is done, this is obviously going to lead towards the destruction of Fishman Island because it lies just beneath the Red Line, and that is going to be the prophecy of Joy Boy as well, how he wanted to bring back the merfolks onto the surface. So this is a very awesome theory in my opinion, and I feel like there's a huge possibility, a very high chance that this is actually going to happen. Obviously there are some more implications to this as well, because we just talked about Poseidon. What about Pluton and what about Uranus? I think those are also going to come into the play, but for the most part, this is the most important field, at least for the first half of the Grand Line. For the second half, in relation to Marijoa, maybe Pluton and Uranus might come into the picture, but for the first half at least, Poseidon's power, that is Shirahoshi's power, to control over the Sea Kings is going to be very essential for not only destroying the Red Line, but also carrying the Straw Hats and the allies directly as a shortcut to Marijoa. Because if that is not the case, then it will take them a long time to traverse all the way back to Marijoa. So that's it for today guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel for more. Also, please do join the channel membership for some very cool perks and features, and also join our Discord server as well. We have a lot of discussions in relation to anime, manga and more. With that being said guys, this is WonderYZ and I'll see you soon on the next one.